Good day, this is Tata Tronco Seiba. Today I'm going to do a video on Chola Wenge, or Mama Chola, as she's better known as. Um, Mama Chola is a great entity to work with. I really enjoy working with her, and believe me, I work with her a lot. Mama Chola, she's the owner of honey, love, gold, copper, the pumpkin. She's the owner of the river, waterfalls. Her energy resides in the river itself, and her children are usually financially prosperous and extremely sexual people with great energies. They're extremely fun to be around with. They're almost like the life of the party. I've always had great luck with her children. As a matter of fact, my wife is a daughter of her. Mama Chola can be used for all types of spiritual works, but for some reason, most people, the majority of people, come to her to do love spells. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I just think that Mama Chola has a lot more to offer. For example, works to help somebody's health situation, all kinds of different cancers besides that, especially court cases. Because once upon a time, that person had a life with you. At one time, you guys loved each other. Remember, Mama Chola is the owner of love. She deals with that energy. And a lot of people do overlook the different things that she could do. And like Mama Chola, her children are the nicest. Like I said, their energy is great. But don't get on the bad side, because they're up there when they're pissed at you with the children of Centella. I mean, it's the complete opposite you will see from these people. Now, I'm going to mention a couple things. I'm not going to give the whole recipe, but I've always been having conversations with Engellos, New Pines, and even Tatas, Paredos, that for one reason or another, it's hit and miss when it comes to doing, let's just say, love spells with Mama Chola. What they fail to realize is you need certain essential elements when you're doing those type of works. Now, I'm not going to give you the recipe for everything. I'm just going to mention a couple things, because I know there's people that's always trolling YouTube and Facebook trying to get information. But one of the ingredients that's essential is honey, beeswax, cinnamon, and especially kangri masango, which in English is known as corn husk. That is a huge necessity there. There's a secret behind that particular ingredient. Now, if you're doing negative black work with her, then it's essential that you find a feather of the MAYIMBE, or better known as the vulture. And depending on the extent of the work, you might be required to use different types of bones from the vulture itself. But whether it's for good or for evil, any types of spiritual you do with Mama Chola, you need the EMBELE, which is the machete. That is a must. All right, without that work is not going to run. And what we call mumbara, which is a garabato, or I have an example here. This type of staff. This is used with her, Lucero, several others, but this is a must when you're doing certain works with Mama Chola. That right there I'm working on. I just got that from PR. Um, and then another secret why people fail a lot with her, because a lot of people get discouraged when they're trying to harness her energy and do these types of works, and it doesn't really come out the way it's supposed to for for a lot of them. Another thing that's essential is Mama Chola works with Lucero a lot. Lucero's is another entity. One of these days I'll do a video on him. He has so many paths. So the secret behind this is you must find what path of Lucero corresponds to the work that you need to take off. You know, to work, go out there and start showing results. A lot of people don't know that. And you know, you can give her rum, even a mixture of wine with chamba. But as a reward for her, because my mama Chola, she usually works and she works fast, and she's extremely good at what she does. Believe it or not, the reward that she likes, it's beer. That's another little trick there. So I suggest those of you that are initiated, that are having issues working with Mama Chola, you try that. And for those of you that are not initiated, don't have access to somebody in the religion, but you're having issues at home, let's say in the love department, you're trying to settle, bring down the negativity, fix the situation, simply go to the river, take her some offerings, oranges, honey, some white rum, tobacco, the sunflower, that's her favorite flower. Take her a bouquet of sunflowers, do your petition with her, and just give her her offerings there. And one thing I'm going to say, whether you're not initiated or you are initiated, especially if you are a man, you got to stand in front of that entity with integrity. Don't think that you're going to fool her with your BS, because honey is real sweet, but when it goes bad, it's like the worst tasting thing in the world, and that's how she is. So go in there with integrity. Go in there with 100% faith, because that's another thing people think, just because they come and do a spiritual work with a tata or yaya or whatnot, and they think that just because they came out with their responsibility of paying for the spiritual work, that's it. No. You can't put one over on the spirits. If you don't have no faith in them, I don't care what sacrifice you give, whatever the case may be, that job, forget about it. Because the number one thing that holds these spiritual works from going and doing what they're supposed to do, one is people's lack of faith. Two is they're constantly thinking. They're going crazy in their head about this situation, about the job. When is it going to take form? When am I going to start seeing results? No. Listen, you come to a spiritual house, you go in front of an entity, you let the Tata Yaya do what they had to do, and just go home with faith. Take that out of your head, off your shoulders, and put that right next to you in the dresser. And it'll work like that. Well, that's what I have for Mama Chola right now. So, until next time, this is Tata Troncoseiva. May Ensambi bless you and yours. And salam alaikum.